is up? Dan back here for another video. I just wanted to quickly go over my class. I noticed a lot of people are uploading videos of their class. I'm just going to quickly show you what class I use and tell you why I think it's the best class going. Okay, so we just go down into class. There is obviously like 5, well now I have quite a few, you know, like 10 custom classes available. I don't see why people would want to use these. One of the things I've noticed with people that use custom classes is you need to create a custom class and get used to the weapons and the perks etc. that you're using. It's no good being one of these people that changes weapons every 5 minutes. You should know exactly how many bullets it takes to kill someone, how long it takes to kill someone. You know, you should be really fluent with the gun you're using. I personally like to use the AK-12. If I just go over here and look at the kills I've got the AK-12 compared to other guns. 4,072 kills. You know what I mean? That's over 4 times any other gun. That's just because you need to pick a gun, you need to get used to it. I'm currently 5th prestige and I always use the AK-12. Okay, let's go over it. First off, obviously the primary gun, the most important thing in the class. So what is the best primary gun to use? Well, if you're into like snipers and stuff, completely fine, don't have a problem with that. So if that's your thing, go for it. You want to be a little quick scoper like half the other people online, do it. Personally, I like to use the AK-12. It's really all about the assault rifles I've found on this game. Not many people use like the submachine guns or even the heavy weapons. No one really tends to use them. Usually the 2 guns that you get used the most are the Bale or Bal, however you pronounce it, 27, of course, the AK-12. Personally, I think the AK-12 is better than the Bale. Now, obviously, the Bale is quicker to kill. Like, if you're in a close combat with someone's got a Bale and you've got an AK-12, chances are they are going to kill you, as long as they hit you with bullets. However, like, the Bale, the only problem with it is the accuracy is so bad, and the long range is awful. And if you have the AK-12, trust me, if someone's on the other side of the map, you can easily take them out. Whereas the Bale, you just got no chance, you just got to hope for close quarters. That's why I use the AK-12. So in my opinion, AK-12, best gun in the game. I'd suggest everyone uses it. Now, of course, it comes down to attachments. Attachments are very important with any gun. The attachments I use are quick draw, suppressor, and a red dot sight. If you can, I would suggest getting used to using the gun without any sight, like such as red dot, just so you could put another attachment in there, such as you know what I mean. You could use foregrip or even the microphone, stuff like that. If you can get used to using the gun without a red dot, I'd suggest to do it if you can put a bit of time into it. However, I've tried and I just suck without my red dot, so I have to use it. Obviously, red dot I use to get accuracy, and it just really helps me out. I can notice a massive difference. I definitely suggest use a suppressor. A lot of people are using suppressors now, but it's so useful, especially as I do my class and I'll go through things. It's so useful because obviously the red dot doesn't come up on the map, and with my perks, which I'll explain in a bit, it does really help. And obviously quick draw drift is probably one of the best attachments for any gun, especially if you're a guy like me and you're just like running around trying to get kills. You need quick draw on. Obviously what it does is basically you can look down your scope. I think it's like a second quicker or something, which obviously doesn't sound like a lot, but as you know, when you're running around close quarters, that second counts. And usually if your accuracy is alright, by the time you pull the gun up, they're dead before they can even start shooting you. Really useful. So they're the attachments I'd suggest. Obviously you need the primary gunfighter wildcard to access them, which is fine. You know, the wildcards, I don't really use them. When it comes to secondary weapon, obviously you can use any pistol, launcher, special. I'm quite a low level at the minute. I usually use the PDW, but if I haven't unlocked that, I'll just use the Atlas 45. Everyone seems to be using this pistol, which is fine. It's a very powerful pistol, but the thing is, if you miss, you are knackered. You know, you could always just use a combat knife if you haven't got enough, you know, enough space for a gun. That's fine. Okay, perks. To be honest, I've noticed in this game, the thing that's let it down a lot is the perks and score streaks. Both really disappointing in this Call of Duty. Especially score streaks. Score streaks in this is shit. They're useless. Most of the things hardly get any kills, or it takes too long to get the score streaks. They put the points way too high, but whatever. Obviously perk 1, you can use anything. Yeah, it's not really that important. Most people like to use flag jacket because obviously people get really pissed off when they get killed by grenades. I personally use low profile, just so you're invisible to a UAV. As I was saying before, I use a suppressor, so I can really just go around the map and no one can see me, you know, if they get the UAV on, etc. like that. None of the perks on this game at all are really needed, to be honest with you. They're all pretty shocking. Okay, perk 2, I use the peripherals. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I apologise. Quite a lot of people like to use a blind eye, which is that's quite useful. But I use the peripherals simply because it increases your minimap coverage, so you can see more on your minimap. But more importantly, when you kill an enemy, the skull, you know, like the skull thing that pops up when someone gets killed, that doesn't happen. So if you're using that, when the skull won't pop up, and you're using a suppressor, and you can't be seen by UAVs, you can just go around the map, run around, no one has a clue where you are. Really useful, guys. I'd really suggest using these two perks with a suppressor. Perk 3, yet again, nothing really needed. You know, a lot of people like to use hardwired, which is fine, and a lot of people like to use scavenger. If you're a good player, like, to be honest, I'm not the greatest Call of Duty player, so I don't tend to run out of ammo that much before I get killed. So if you are really good at Call of Duty, chances are you'll have to use scavenger to get more ammo, etc. Or even use the wildcard to get 2 perk 3s, which is fine. But yeah, scavenger if you're good, but I like to use toughness. A lot of people saying you don't flinch at all, or you flinch very little in this game, and to be honest, toughness isn't really that needed either. It does make a difference if you get used to using it like I do. I've used it since, like, I don't know, before even first prestige, and I still use it now. If I don't have it on, I can notice the difference, so I definitely use toughness. Right, okay, quickly onto my score streaks to finish off the video. Like I said before, to be honest, the thing that can be absolutely anything is score streaks. Obviously, a lot of people like to use care packages, which is completely fine. But in this game, like, I don't know if it did that on the other Call of Duty games, but on this game, it comes up on the minimap on the opposite team where the care package is landed. And I don't like getting shit in care packages, it just winds me up. So I like to use the UAV, the missile strike, and the warbird. However, obviously, if you press triangle over the score streak, you can customize it. All of them have been customized. My UAV has been customized, so I get more assist points, basically, which means when I get UAV, instead of getting 10 points per when someone gets killed, it's 15 points. Just a way of getting a few more points, really. I find it useful. Missile strike, I've customized that to get the extra missile, as you can see there. So basically, if there's 2 people you can see and they're like kind of standing still, not usually are, but if you can just fire the missile at one and then follow the other guy with the missile. It's really useful for picking up a couple of kills. I'd suggest people putting that on. And this is the most important thing when it comes to the warbird. Warbirds aren't great. People don't really know how to control them very well, to be honest with you. That's why I always have aggressive on. So basically, it's automatic. I don't have to control it myself, because I noticed when I was using my warbird when I got the score streak, it just overheated all the time and I was getting like maybe 1 or 2 kills max. Whereas you put that on, you can be shooting people on the floor. That'll be above you, getting kills for you. So I definitely suggest putting that on. You know, there is other stuff like you can customize stuff with, and I definitely suggest going through them all just to see what would work best for you. Obviously, they work by they cost more points to use if you want to use them. But especially with the UAV, I've noticed this. Like, one of my friends uses the threat detection. That is really useful. Honestly, it's very useful. So basically, not only does the UAV come up on your minimap, you can see them through walls and stuff, so you know where they are. That's really useful. And even the enemy direction, so you know which way they're facing. That's really useful as well. So I definitely suggest going through all these score streaks in there. You know, trying them all with different customizations. But anyway, guys, that's my class. I didn't really talk about exo ability and exo launcher. Personally, I don't think it matters. I have a Semtex on just because I've got space for it. Exo ability, in my opinion, they're all shit and useless, so don't bother with them. But yeah, that's my class. That's what works for me, guys. I definitely suggest giving the AK-12 a go if you haven't, and make sure, like I said, when you pick a gun, get used to it. You're going to suck with a gun when you first start, no matter how good the gun is. But when you get used to the gun, that's when you'll get good with the gun. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this video, and catch you next time.